I would like to now invite Dawson Forcella to the podium.
Thank you, Dr. Nealing. That's tough to follow up. Hello, everybody, and thank you for joining us today to celebrate this big moment that all of us have worked so hard for. My name is Dawson Forcella. I'm a mass communications major from Grable, Wyoming, and how I ended up in Iowa is a mystery to us all. I've been thinking about graduating and the speech for some time now. I think the last 10 times somebody's asked me what my plans are after graduating, I've said trying to not end up homeless. And while that's a joke, there's a part of me that has meant it. The real world's knocking on my door, and for the last 5 years, I've been barricading that door and acting like I'm not home. It's like when you're a kid and your parents finally leave you home alone and say, don't answer the door. Eventually you reach a point, though, where all of a sudden you're trying to get through that door like your tail's on fire. And I'm sure that many of us can relate, even if you aren't in that 5th year like yours truly. While some of us have spent our time in college hiding from the real world, or some of us sprinting towards it, I think we've all learned some important lessons. There are the cliche lessons, like learning how to think for ourselves, learning how to take chances, and then immediately learning how to take responsibility for taking those chances, and so many other lessons. A couple of lessons that may not be so commonly addressed are perspective and how we approach everything we do. These two things tie into the values that have been the base of our education over our time here at Briar Cliff. During the last few years here as students, we've learned and practiced the values of building a caring community, peacemaking, reverencing creation, and connecting with joyful service. And I encourage you all to carry these values into the next chapter of your life. Build a caring community. Love your neighbors and build relationships with others. Practice peacemaking. Love and peace may not always be the easiest path, but they are always the most rewarding. Reverence creation. Love and respect all that we have in the world. In all of time and space, we are blessed to live here and now. And lastly, connect with joyful service. Have a positive perspective and approach. Be open, be available, develop relationships, and serve others. And as I mentioned, perspective and approach tie into those values. I'd like to expand on that. Perspective is so important. There are times where we look around and we get down on ourselves. We lose perspective of what is important. There are times we think we have failed. I think we can all say that we have failed at one thing or another. I know I've failed at a lot of things, trust me. And there's times where I let it eat at me, discourage me, hold me back. But failure can be one of the most powerful tools in self-development. In fact, I think sometimes we need to reevaluate what failure actually is. True failure is quitting and giving up. It's throwing in the towel and letting an obstacle prevent you from ever trying again. Then there's this perceived failure. That's more so just a bump in the road. Maybe we didn't accomplish what we wanted, but we learned how to get over, around, or under that obstacle. We might have had to scratch and claw our way through it, but we did it. And in reality, this idea of failure is the best way to move forward. I once heard someone say, go out there and fail fast and often, because if you fail fast, you learn fast. I should be a genius by now. But this failure is where growth happens. You likely won't come out on the other side of it the same, and you shouldn't. Through challenges and obstacles, we grow, we develop, and we evolve into better, stronger versions of ourselves. And it all comes back to perspective. While chasing success is always great, I urge you to take a step back and look at it a different way. If you strip everything away, the titles, social media, money, the only thing that remains and truly matters is relationships. We share this world with people. Imagine if you were the only person in the world. Even if you had everything you ever wanted, money, material things, the best job you ever wanted, whatever else, what good would it be if you had no one to share it with or experience it with? I think when we take the time to realize the blessings in our life, everything changes. It's relationships and the idea of the caring community that should be a priority. So keep chasing your success and your goals, but don't forget that people and your relationships with those people are what matter. So as we go out into the world, I encourage you and I challenge you to keep these things in mind. Always think about how you approach everything you do. Take failure as an opportunity to learn, grow, and move forward. And remember those that have been there for you and be there for somebody else. So I thank you all for celebrating this day with us. We are grateful to share this moment with our families, friends, and the faculty and staff of Briar Cliff. Thank you for modeling and embodying the Franciscan values for us personally. Thank you.